Good evening and a very warm welcome. I have so much to say. So, I just realized or just found out or whatever that I tried to get in touch with Grant recently just to sort of sort things out and leave things peaceful basically, and logged into Skype and there was like a bunch of nasty stuff from him, and I'm like, listen, I was trying to leave things peaceful. But you couldn't do that because you had secrets and you had stuff to hide. So anyway, whatever. You didn't want to answer questions. But like the fact that I'm now blocked on Skype as well, and I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to point out to you what you did to cause this situation. Hello? I'm just dumbfounded. Like, do you not see this? And you're just trying to run from it at every instance. Like running from it and like, no, I can't talk to her because I'll have to face the truth. I'll have to. It's like, dude, okay, fine. So just in my mind, I don't give a shit about what, psychology experts or like coaching, dating coaches or whatever the fuck want to say. Like, oh yeah, just walk away and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, but that is so irresponsible to leave things like that and to leave somebody so hurt like that after you've been with them, seriously, like almost every day of your life for the last 6 years. Really, Grant? Really? Really? No, this is to you. This is to Grant Neate. um, Seriously? Like, what the hell? Like, you can't even fucking talk to me, and you're so scared of talking to me. Like, oh my god, it might develop into something else again. Fuck that. Fuck that, and just fucking leave it nice. Like, that's what I tried to do, remember? I tried to leave it peaceful. I tried to like leave it like on a friendly note, okay? That's what I was even trying to help you with your business. And for fuck's sake, like I was trying to like, you have no idea what I could do for your business. Like, I have this whole software that could completely fucking turn your business around and like bam. And you just fucking like like oh, but I can't because she'll think I like her again and blah blah blah. I was just like, okay, so here's what actually happened, okay? Which I found out in our last, talk. Which, okay, I'll get to that in a second. I'm fucking irate right now. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Like, you want to go and call me crazy for like responding in a fucking appropriate way? Fuck you. Go ahead and spread all your fucking lies that you want to. Go ahead and lie to yourself. Go ahead and lie to your new woman. Go ahead and lie to Teresa, your ex-wife. Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. I have all the text messages on record. I have all of everything on record. So shut up, okay? So so I was out there for your birthday. I still have like about $4,000 in debt to pay off for flights to go out to Australia. Like, I'm gonna be paying that off for a little while. I still have to figure that out, but like, you know, it was important to me to like, you know, it's like when you love someone, and by the way, you told me you loved me too, so I wasn't delusional. Um, you try to, you know, make things work, right? Like whatever, you know? So, plus I liked seeing you. Like I wanted to see you. So, so I did that. So I, you know, came out for August. Um, because we had a thing about your ex-wife and you developing this friendship with her without me in the picture, like, or letting her know that you were still with me, and at the same time, like, you know, wanting to go out and hang out with her and stuff like that, but you're not like including me in the picture. I was like, hey, so like, let's all hang out, you know, like, wouldn't that be cool? uh what I got in response was like, I'm embarrassed to tell her about you. I'm embarrassed that, you know, that you're here. I'm embarrassed about you. Wow, well, you didn't seem like that for the last like 6 months that we've been talking. And, you know, how you helped me pay to come out to see you, like you did, like you know, we both paid for that. Like, that was a flight that was booked in December of 2021 for January. And then it was rebooked for May of 2022, and then it was rebooked for August. Anyway, so where was I? Um, here's where I was. So you like basically, you know, hid from her that we were still on, or we were on again, or whatever the fuck, you know. And then it came out in August. We planned to continue, like we had this thing, like we were, you know, this was like there was no like clear-cut line of like, hey, and nothing, you know, there was nothing about that, okay? In fact, we had some like little sexting going on in the meantime, until the next time I came out, and you were very excited to see me. And I have proof of that too. Yes. So then I came out in, well, we didn't know if I was going to be able to come out for a while, because you didn't think I could, because you thought I'm just like poor white trash, you know? And, but I made some miracles happen, as I do sometimes, and I was able to conjure together a plane ticket to come and see you for your birthday. So we had, the last time I was there, we had, when I was there in August, and we went to that bar, and we saw Dieter and a bunch of people, like we had talked about going to Queensland. So I had been trying to plan for that, and like then you were like, oh yeah, she's not going to be able to just do that. So, you know, no confidence in me whatsoever. Anyway, then so you went ahead and planned to go to Phillip Island for your birthday. So cool. Without telling me. But even though we had talked about going to Queensland, and I was like, you know, secretly planning for this, and, you know, trying to coordinate it with Dieter and like whatever, you know, for your birthday, for your 50th birthday, like I thought this was like a special thing, right? So then you told me about that, and I said, yeah, sure, like come along, you know, and I was like, okay, cool. So I booked my flight. I came out for November to December. We had a great time. It was fun. no arguments, no nothing, no like weird stuff. Like, like that actually doesn't happen when we're together. Like, it just doesn't happen. But when you do this weird shit, like, it's just not okay. Like, just because, like, oh, she's over the ocean, nothing's gonna happen. I can do this. Like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Me too. But you started it. So anyway, so when I left, we were both a little bit sad, and you told me you were sad. We said that we loved each other. And then, obviously, as you know, you told me to take this finance book with me, which I still have on my shelf somewhere. And then I left, and obviously there's always that, like, that should be expected. There's always this sort of like withdrawal, like this. I had this really long flight back. It took me like 2 days to get back, and luckily I made it back okay. Anyway, it took me like 3 days to get home. And we didn't talk for a while. And then I sent a message saying, I missed you. And then whatever, you saw and you ignored it, whatever. Like, it was like a day later, and I was like, oh, hey, like, so, but like literally after I left, it was like, there were no more I love yous, and, distancing and stuff like that. And I tried, because, you had conditioned me to believe, or you had conditioned me to accept that I shouldn't be, that I shouldn't be loved all the time. I just tried to accept it, and I did. I really did. And there were many, like, I can go back on the conversations. There were many days in December where we didn't even talk. And yet you still want to call me yucky. That's bullshit. It's total bullshit. You know what that is? It's a made up narrative. It's a made up story to justify being able to go on dating apps at the same time and go line up your next option. And that's what you did. So that's what you told me. Some girl named Carmen. Anyway, whatever. So, and he said, oh, but you're just gonna go talk about it. Maybe if you talked to me, I wouldn't have to. That's the thing. It's like, I try to reach out to you, and you ignore me, and you block me, and stuff like that. And it's like, well, hey, like, just talk to me and be cool. I'm not an evil bitch. I'm not an obsessive, crazy psycho. I really am not. I am actually a nice person. And if someone decent is hearing that, you would think, like, hey, they're at least trying to be nice, right? You would want to accept that. If you're a crazy psycho person, then maybe you're trying to see the other person as crazy and psycho. Had you thought about that? Okay? I am a nice person. I am. I'm very direct and bluntly honest. I am like totally bluntly honest, okay? I will say that. I'm sometimes confrontational. Yes. Yeah, fuck yeah. But I am a nice person. I recognize honesty and decency and kindness, and I appreciate it. and I give it back when it's given to me. I really do. And I love that, because that is what makes the world go round. If we don't have that, then we don't have anything for humanity. You have to be like kind and understanding and empathetic with the people in your life. How have we gotten to a point where we can just, you know, when the nice, decent people in our life try to communicate with us, and we're just like, oh, I just can't deal with you. When they're like, there's no bad communication, but it's actually like nice communication, and it's actually, but maybe it's a little of the sort of like, what the fuck are you doing? This is not cool. But, you know, people need that sometimes. I need that sometimes. That's okay. It's like, yes, people need quiet and gentleness and kind and soothingness, you know, and that is good. But sometimes people need to wake up too about how they're causing situations, you know, and causing situations to just fail, you know. Like it's sort of like 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 just, you know, communicate, you know, like just talk. It's not a big deal, you know. It's like, well, what's the problem with communicating? If the person is just trying to leave things peaceful, then what's the big deal? You know? What happened is that you did things behind my back while you were still, quote unquote, still with me. Yes, still with me. Okay? You went on dating apps in December, even in December. And went looking for someone else, looking to line up your next actions before you let me go. I had just been with you like in early December, and like we were having sex and like, you know, relationship, like it was all, you know, a thing, and like we were both sad about parting and like said that we love each other and we're our one and only and all this sort of stuff, right? So a few weeks later, you had already been on dating apps looking for someone else because you couldn't think of a solution for us. And that's really hurtful to me, blah blah blah. You don't care, like whatever. It is what it is, right? Like, yeah, sure, that's hurtful. But B, you should have told me about that. C, you're lying and withholding. D, I know there's a D. There's a D somewhere. It just kills everything that any hope that we had left. You know? That just kills it. And I didn't do that. I didn't create the bad yuckiness or whatever the fuck you wanted to put there to make it justifiable to try to go off and line up your next people or person or whatever, you know? Then around Christmas time, just after Christmas, actually, towards New Year's, we were still talking every day. And you told me, oh my God, this has really messed me up. It has messed me up. Dude, it has so messed me up. And every single fucking day, it messes me up more. And I just have to talk about it. Like it just keeps bubbling over. Like I don't even know where this comes from. It's like it just has messed me up. So and you know what would handle it is not leaving it how you left it. The bullshit mess that you left it in, which you know about. Just a decent conversation, you know, would be good to just like smooth it out a little and just, I don't know, just some friendly, peaceful, like leave it good kind of a thing instead of the fucking shit show that you left it in, Grant Neate. So anyway, towards New Year's, I'll wrap this up, and I promise. Towards New Year's, you told me 3 weeks. I need to get my life in order. I need to plan out my life. I need to see, you know, whether I can do this with you, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, cool. I'll give you your space. I found out later you were going out on dates to check out your other options. Obviously secret from me. When I saw you all dressed up for that date that you went on, and yes, that was a date, okay? When I saw you all dressed up, in my mind, I thought maybe this was just a one-off thing. When I found out the truth, it was a lot more than I had imagined and made me want to puke. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, 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 crazy. Like, what? I just was like, what? Really? You did that? You like, when did that without even telling me? And you didn't like just do a with me first? Like, you just went on these dating apps while we were still, you know, like, whatever. You didn't tell me about it, you know. And you did that to me? Like, you really did that to me? Anyway. And then you, like, basically when I caught you in a date, basically, like you were going home from a date, whatever the fuck don't you dare say to me, oh, we're just friends. No, fuck you. You went on another date. Okay, you were all dressed up in your black, you know, like, no, fuck you. That was another date. So when I caught you in that, and then you tell me, like, literally 3 days after you're sexting me, and then you tell me, like, that I don't have a right to know, and I can't ask any questions. Don't ask any questions, or you don't get to talk to me anymore. What? Excuse me, you don't get to talk to me anymore if you're like playing this kind of game with me. No. Fuck you. Anyway, do I still miss him? Yes. Of course I do. Would I say those things to his face? No. No. But those are my inner thoughts. I try to, but like I was always so nice for so long. I was always, and he told me I was being too jealous and too, you know, like after 5 years when I'm asking about him and his ex-wife meeting up and stuff, and after 5 years, I had never, I always just accepted it before, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. But there comes a point when it's like, if you're trying to, hang out with your ex-wife and you won't let me meet with her, like you won't let me be friends with her too, like, and then she's hating on me and stuff, like that's kind of weird, like it's just kind of weird, like what is going on, and then she doesn't know about us. And then I'm just so hurt. I'm so hurt. And then to be blocked again. It's like I try to communicate and like, so what ended up happening was so I saw him all dressed up in this, this like, fancy shirt and everything, and I asked him like, "Oh, where'd you go?" Like, because we had another phone. Like, there was just something else I thought of that I had to talk to him about. Didn't suspect anything, whatever. But I noticed that it was a couple hours that since he had responded. I was like, that's interesting. Like, where'd you go? Because usually it was like if he's just at home, like he would respond reasonably, like, maybe 5 or 10 minutes or even 20 minutes, like whatever. Like it was like a little bit later, but it was like a good amount of time, 2 hours or 3 hours. And so I was like, he must have gone out somewhere or done something. So anyway, he ended up writing back to me that night and saying, "Oh, hey, I just went for a walk on the bay. I can talk in a few minutes if you want." So I said, okay. I was still awake, and we had talked earlier that day about, there's more stuff to this, but like we had talked about some business stuff, and that Friday night we had talked about business stuff. He still didn't tell me about his date that he was going on Sunday. Kept it a secret for me. Anyway, then so we talked on Sunday, and then I was like, hey, there's this other thing that I wanted to tell you about. I don't know why, I just wanted to. So then we were talking on Skype, and then I noticed he was in this like really dressy shirt, dressy black, like he looked really fancy. It wasn't just like a, going to hang out kind of a thing. It was like I'm dressing up, like dressed to impress kind of thing. So I asked him about it, didn't tell me anything. Anyway, I woke up the next morning with this awful, paralyzing, really paralyzing, I don't know what I'm gonna call this video because I've gone on so many subjects, but like I'll probably just call it Grant Neate. I do want him to see this. I do. I really do. I want him to get in touch with me and leave it good. I just want it to be left good. That's all. Not upsetting. That's it. Anyway, so we saw that, and I was like, I woke up the next morning and I was like paralyzed, and I was just like, there's something going on here. So I very politely wrote in less words. I said, what's going on? Did you go out and meet someone? Yes, I went and met someone. She was a woman. Don't ask me any questions. I felt that was very disrespectful. Anyway, you know, even though I've lost a lot of respect for him, I would, so let me just, so chronologically, so that happened, right? So then he was like, you know, don't ask me any questions or, you know, I'm not going to talk to you ever again. I was like, what? You're, you're choosing to be right over this, then ever speak to me again? And like just a few days ago, you were telling me how much you wanted me? What, like, what did I do? Like, what did I do? Like, really? And then, I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Fuck you. You're not gonna talk to me like that. No, hell no. Because I'm not your bitch. So, anyway, I launched on him and just like, how dare you talk to me like this? How dare you treat me like this? Like, you're just telling me a few days ago that you're trying to figure out solutions for us, and then you're going out on some date and like, I can't ask questions? Like, what the fuck? Really? And you think that's okay? I'll give you the crazy eyes. Anyway, so I was like, oh, hell fucking no. No, fuck you. Yeah, so, you know, it's not me choosing to not talk to you because you won't give me any details. It's you choosing her over me because you can't be honest with me and you can't tell me about it. So you're actually choosing her. You're the one who's making the choice. And I don't have a choice. I actually didn't have a choice. So because if you had told me about it ahead of time, I would have had a choice. I could have said, hey, I don't want to be part of this, like, situationship. I don't want to be part of this. Like, I don't want us to talk anymore while you're going out and dating other people. I just don't want to do that. If you're honestly trying to find somebody else and you really don't care about me anymore, yeah, cut me off. Let's, you know, but like, let's decide together on it. Don't just block me. And this is the message I'm trying to get across. Don't leave it like that and just say, oh, she's just a crazy person. Or, oh, she's just obsessed with me. And like, if I talk to her, then she's gonna think I like her and I want to be with her again. No. No. Do you get that? No, Grant Neate. No. Get this through your head. Like, you are the one who is delusional, who needs to. I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to be nasty. But you've been very nasty to me. You've been so mean to me. Like, so mean and inconsiderate. And not caring about my feelings. I don't know what the word is for that. But just because you talk to me, no. But do I want to be talking with you and helping you with your business and giving you this amazing business stuff that could actually really boom your business? Like, I'm telling you, dude, do you even know? Anyway, but I'm not trying to do this like a bait and switch, like kind of like, oh, you could have this, but no, like, not if you want. I'm not actually trying to do that. I'm actually really not. But I don't want you to also, what's the word? Tell me that, oh, you're just gonna think that I want to be in a relationship with you if I talk to you again. So I'm just gonna block you. Dude, I'm not fucking stupid. And after all this came out, like, I was in shock. I really was in shock. And I thought it was less than what it was. But then when you told me the whole story, I was like, whoa. Holy shit. Okay. And I was like, during that whole time period, I was like still feeling stuff for you, but you could have been feeling this stuff for this other person, and like me, that was the delusion. Maybe I was just being delusional about that, like, so, do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sure, I was still thinking about you, whatever. Like, you even asked me about that. Like, so what have you been doing to get yourself off the past few months? Do you think about me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, whatever, like, but you're out dating these other people, and like you said, like, looking at the dating apps online at night, and, going around looking for other people. So hey, anyway, the point is, I want to leave things good, and I tried to do that. And I actually, like, I was fine for a couple months. We talked in January, and I didn't know about you, having already been on these dating apps and, like, dating other people. But at the same time, we talked, and then we talked again, and you're like, well, it's just not going to work out, kind of a thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So whatever, I had my little pity party, and then I moved on, and I, was like working on my business stuff, and I was doing well for a while. Like, in retrospect, am I happier that I knew about it? Even though it was hurtful? Yeah, I am. But it's not that this second round of painfulness is making it hard to move on. It's the how it was left. Okay, so we had a conversation. You came clean with me. That was really good. That was great. And then I had been drinking that night, and we kept texting after that. It was kind of, it was friendly, we were like, I don't know what we were talking about, but it was friendly, and was even kind of joking, sort of. And then, I don't know, I said something about, no, we had ended our phone conversation with, shit, I know this is long, I don't give a shit. Okay. We had ended our phone conversation with, like, obviously I knew it was over. Like, you did all this stuff behind my back, and you were still sort of like talking to me and like telling me you wanted me and stuff. Like, I couldn't understand it, but I can't understand people who do that. Anyway, lots would have to be repaired if I ever, whatever. And I know you can't do that. So, but I still had this purpose to help you with your business stuff. And I really knew, and for real, like this software, like I could get it all set up to help you get more business in and like help your marketing and blah blah blah. Stupid fucking bullshit got in the way. Anyway, so we were gonna talk the following week, you said. You, Grant, you said. And so I was fine with that. I was fine with leaving it at that. I said something about something, and then you said, remember, we're going to talk next week. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyway, but I did say, because of what had happened before, like when I tried to talk to you about this software and tell you about it, and we kept talking over the weeks, and like it led to us you know, flirting again and stuff, and then more hurt. I just wanted to say that, like, hey, so if I had to make, like, you have to say this stuff, you know, like I said, like, if we're to flirt again, you know, it's got to be exclusive, like not while you're seeing other women or whatever. Okay, cool. That's all. And I said something to that effect. Anyway, the next day he texts me and is like, I'm not going to talk to you again because you're just going to think I'm in a relationship with you. I'm like, where, what, like, what? Like, where the fuck did you get that? No. It was just like so out of left field. And I had already been ruminating on this whole thing, just going, and anyway, so he caught me in one of those moments, and so like I just went off, and I was like, "Fuck you! How the fuck do you get that from what I said? Like, it just don't even fucking come at me. You said you would talk to me in a week. Another fucking broken agreement." Anyway, I got really mad, and I said a bunch of mean things. I probably called him a dick, and I mean, you know, I'm not really a mean person, but I was really hurt, honestly. Like, I was really fucking hurt about learning that stuff. And, like, I didn't rub his nose in it. Well, not really on the call. Like, I just sat there and took it, you know? Just sit there and take it. Take the beating, you know? Just, like, sit there and go, okay, cool. For the most part, until I asked him like a question or two, and he was like, no, I'm not gonna tell you, like, stop fucking lying to me. Anyway. But for the most part, I just sat there and took it. But the next day, I can't even say how dark was the cloud above my head. And then he sends me that. So as you can guess, I kind of launched a herd of buffaloes at him. Like, how dare you break your agreement with me after all that? Again. So it's like, even just as a peaceful, you know, thing, like, why can't you leave it peaceful? That's the thing that is hurting me every day. Every day. It doesn't leave. It continues. Every day I wake up and I remember it. And right before I go to sleep. And probably 100 times throughout the day. Every day. I don't know how to get out of this hell. But I know that he is the one who broke that. And he is the only one who can fix it. Nobody else can. Anybody can tell me any good advice or any motivational speech about how you just need to heal yourself and you just need to you just need to you just need to move on. You just need to, like all these things. I don't care. I don't care. What I care about is him reaching out to me, not blocking me again on Skype or iMessage or email or anything. And I'm not gonna give the script of what he could say to make things better. Because if he watches this, he'll just parrot it back and say, okay, good. Are we done? Okay, delete all your shit. Okay, good. Bye. No, it's gotta be sincere. It's gotta be from the heart. It's gotta be with good understanding. And he's the only one who can do it. So, because he is the one who did it. So, sure, if there's anything he wants me to handle, I'll do that. But realize I'm not the one who's in the wrong here. I'm not. I'm just an old hag, an old fat hag who just waiting for him to get back to me. So if any of his new girlfriends are like watching this, then it'd be cool if he could just kind of get back to me and just smooth things over and just like leave things cool. Like I tried to, and that'd be nice. That's all. All right, over and out.